Hey everyone, I'm working on a wedding edit here. This is a highlight video. I'll be delivering a highlight video and a longer video, but for now I'm working on the highlight. So this video is just gonna show you some of the ways I edit, the different stuff I do. I'll put some tips in here. Yeah, so hopefully this is some value.
Ever met. You are genuine, caring, and more of a soft, caring.
I want to trim this back to what she says there to kind of hit on when she says caring.
Genuine, caring.
Close.
You are genuine, caring,
Right there.
and more of a softie than a
And this one will go back a little bit too.
caring, and more of a softie
There you
than
go.
I think a lot of people realize. You take such good care of me, and I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives taking care of each other.
Ready for anything.
I gotta fix a couple things here. So there's a couple little tweaks I have to make here. You see right here, this there's just a little gap right here. So I'm gonna see what I want to do with that.
Lives taking care of each other.
Let's see. What's underneath here? Ideally, I would like it to be at least a shot of the bride. Now I'm missing this footage because I want to put this over it. So basically, I'll give you a breakdown. V1 right here is the wide shot of the ceremony. V2 is the close-up for the groom. Medium shot, close-up, whatever. V3 is B-roll, like you'll see here. This is all just B-roll. Back here, just B-roll. And then V4 right now I'm using as the third angle of the ceremony, which is the other shot. So this is the bride's shot. This is the close-up for the bride, close-up medium. And then V5 I'm kind of just using as a top layer there, just in case I might want to swap things out later. Instead of just, overwriting like this, I'll just leave this shot up here in case I ever want to go back and switch to the other angle here. I'll leave myself with options. So let's see here.
You are, without a doubt, the most generous, thoughtful, and selfless person I have ever met. You are genuine.
I guess I don't need to be, I think I'll put this back down here, and maybe I'll take this B-roll here, a couple of these shots, see if I can fill that in up here. It's too much. So let's do these three and see how we feel. Oh, it's perfect. All right, cool. Now this shot here is really just a continuation of that previous shot. So I'm cool. I don't mind getting rid of this shot right here. So that's fine. So now let's see how that looks.
Without a doubt, the most generous, thoughtful, and selfless person I have ever met. You are genuine, caring, and more of a softie than I think a lot of people realize.
That's cool. I like that. The one thing I will do is just pull this back just a hair. I just want to catch her saying the beginning of that. All right, so let's watch through this again. I just want to see how this looks.
You are, without a doubt, the most generous, thoughtful, and selfless person I have ever met. You are genuine, caring.
Something there I don't like.
I have ever met. You are genuine.
I want to pull this shot back a couple frames and pull this one back just a couple frames. You'll see there's a blue dot here. That's because I put a slow motion on here and I used the fluid motion aspect, which needs to be rendered anytime you adjust it. So I just have to render that again.
Person I have ever met. You are genuine, caring,
There we go.
and more of a softie than I think a lot of people realize. You take such good care of me, and I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives taking care of each other.
All right, I like that. Now we just gotta fix this thing at the end still. The shot underneath is the mother of the bride getting her, oh no, the next one is. So I'm actually going to, I have a shot of her here, and this is almost the same thing. So why don't I'm gonna pull back this shot right here. That way when we come out of the ceremony, it goes right to that.
Of our lives taking care of each other.
Ready for it.
Now I have these up here. These were somewhere over here and I wanted to keep these somehow. So first I want to move this shot right there. And now I need this here.
Ready for anything.
All right, so I need, I have this shot here and I want this to hit on the beat. So realistically, I would like this clip to either start right on that hard beat or end right on that hard beat. So I'll get to that, but for these two clips here, those need to go somewhere. Now, I have these. Oh, do I have the shot twice? That's basically the same shot. So, we're gonna get rid of that. And let's bring these down. With the new Media Composer, the really nice tool that I like is the ability to move clips down in your timeline without having to actually click and drag them. You don't have to hold command. You just select them and you just hit the down key if you want them to move up, down, whatever. So if I want them to move down, I just go down one track, up. And if I want to, if say I have more tracks or say, this track is full, I want to make another one, you just hit up and it'll create a new track for you. I don't need another track, but if I did. So anyway, I can bring this down easily right into the spot I want it. And then let's just bring that back. And then let's bring this back right here. I think that'll match up nice. Let's see. So,
Can't wait to spend the rest of our lives taking care of each other.
Ready for anything.
all right. So, I think what we'll do is see how this looks right now. Oh, where's my dip to white's right there, okay.
So as we ride.
So I actually have some space here. Originally, I had this dip to white happening
As we ride.
right around this area. So I have about a second and a half or so, just under 2 seconds I have to play with here that I can push this stuff forward.
Ready for anything.
I think I removed some frames here and there. So these shots are all pretty important to me, or they're all shots that I would ultimately like to keep in here. So what I could do is, let's see. So let's move these forward. And I'm going to overlap a few frames each time.
For anything. For anything.
So ideally, that's where I want that clip to start or end. So what I could do, let's pull these back. All right, now we're pretty close to where I want that to hit. Let's see.
Ready for anything.
Of our lives taking care of each other.
Now this shot right here, I'm cool. I don't mind cutting a couple frames there. So let's see how that looks.
Taking care of each other.
Ready for anything.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want. And now let's pull that back. Now, yes, this camera audio here, this is all off sync, but that is okay because it's really just kind of ambient noise to hear all the different stuff going on. It's also muted right now, so it doesn't really matter, but regardless, it's okay.
Taking care of each other.
Ready for anything. Ready for anything. Ready for anything.
Now the only one I do care about is this one right here because she is saying something. So that one I will fix.
So as we ride into the sun.
Cool. So that's fixed. And I think I'm okay with how this looks so far. Let's see.
You take such good care of me.
See, here is where I don't need this camera audio. So I'm actually going to remove the camera audio throughout their whole speech part right here.
Thoughtful and
I don't want any of that.
you are, without a doubt, the most
This one too. Don't need that. Okay. Now let's see.
You are, without a doubt, the most generous, thoughtful, and selfless person I have ever met. You are genuine, caring, and more of a softie than I think a lot of people realize. You take such good care of me, and I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives taking care of each other.
Ready for anything. Ready for anything. Ready for anything. Ready for anything. So as we ride into the sun.
Okay. That's cool. I actually do like how this cuts here. This little dip here. Because the song, the lyrics say, as we run into the sun, and he's putting on sunglasses, so I actually like that. I think I'm going to keep that. But I am going to bring down the camera audio a little.
So as we ride,
I may just remove it. Let's see, bring it down 8 dB. See how that sounds. It's not really doing anything for me, so I think for these two shots here, I'm just going to remove it. All you hear is the sound of the sun, so I'm okay with that. And I'll put a little dissolve to fade out of that camera audio.
so as we ride into the sun, sometimes I know we're gonna fall down. Hold my hand and we'll get up. I know we're gonna make it somehow. If it takes forever.
I like that. So now it's time to start putting the groom's vows over his section. So let's see.
That I love you.
Okay.
It said that there is no defense for love, because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously. You attack my senses daily, and I am defenseless against you.
Okay, we're gonna take that and
So as we ride into the sun, sometimes I know we're gonna fall down.
that's good. I think I personally like to ease into a section, if you will. I personally like to ease into it, so you don't want to start right away with more dialogue, in my opinion. So I think right around here is a good place to start dropping in this audio.
Sometimes I know we're gonna fall down.
So let's go right around here. I'll make a cut in the music. And I'll just put one somewhere up here. We're going to dissolve into that. And we'll dissolve out. Now, right now, my audio for the music is at -6. I'm going to drop it to 23. -23. And I'm going to take that. We're going to put V1 to V1, V2 to V2, and V3 to V4. And I want tracks 5 and 6 going on 3 and 4. So these 5 and 6 are coming from this sequence I have here. This is the sequence I have of all the vows, at least the vows that I want to keep in there. So that's in my source monitor. And this is the sequence I want to drop them into. So we'll let the fade go in a couple frames, and then let's start it. Is there anything on 7 and 8? And then we'll put 7 and 8 down here. I don't want 7 and 8 there. Actually, I think it's 5 and 6. I don't think there's anything on 7 and 8. Yeah, there's nothing even on 7 and 8. First, let's delete these tracks just so we're not confused. So, okay, perfect. So I know A1 and A2 on this sequence here are the camera audio, so I don't need that. So I'm going to drop this in. Perfect. Now, I believe
That there is no defense for love, because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously.
I'm not sure what tracks I want to use here.
There is no defense for love.
I think there's my EQ that's on tracks 5 and 6. Let's do There's a bit of a hiss in this track, I do remember, so let's do this. And we'll render that. Oh, I don't need to render my color correction right now, so I just want to render the audio. So let's do that. Pick the correct drive, that's what I want. Okay. Yeah, didn't move.
No defense for love. Because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously. That there is no defense for love.
I think we're going to want to use all of them. There's a little bit of good coming from each. This is not the best audio. The lav actually ended up getting caught underneath the groom's jacket. So it's right around here under his jacket, so I think it's rubbing up against it a little. So the lav is on tracks 3 and 4 right here. 5 and 6 is the XLR hookup that this mic right here was running to. Okay, let's see how this looks.
It is said that there is no defense for love. Because love is the strongest.
I think I want to boost this track here, so let's do that. I want to boost tracks 5 and 6 just a little bit. Yeah, let's see how that looks.
It is said that there is no defense for love. Because love is the strongest.
I like that. Okay. So I believe I want a lot of this B-roll up here. So now the reason I'm not going to just click up is because then it overwrites this clip here. So what I will do is just click and drag it up right there. Alrighty, so let's see how this plays out right here.
Times I know we're gonna fall down.
It is said that there is no defense for love. Because love is the strongest.
That's good. So the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out a little bit of this gap here in his vowels. Not a lot, because you don't want it to seem too, too edited, but just enough to move it along. So I don't want to cut the B-roll, I just want to cut. These are the 3 layers, the 3 tracks from the ceremony, and the audio from the ceremony. So let's just cut that.
There is no defense for love. Because
So that's too much. So I'm going to go start to cut a little later. And let's just do that.
that there is no defense for love. Because
Perfect. And then let's just cut a few frames out here right after that because.
it is said that there is no defense for love. Because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously.
This pause here is really nice. I do want to bring up tracks 5 and 6 just a little bit more because he is getting low. That sounds good. So I am going to bring up the lav just a little bit. His vocals are dropping just a little, so I want to bring it back up. That might be too much. I can see that it's pretty high.
Because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and
There's a lot of background noise there. So I'm just going to bring that down a little bit and bring down the low levels in here. See how that looks. That might be a little better. Let's add a little fade in here because I know we're going to change the vocals there. So I'm just adding a dissolve here.
because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously.
I am going to bring up the mic up here too, just a little bit.
No defense for love, because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously.
And I do want to cut out a little gap here again. Right now I'm just working with the audio. I will adjust. I don't want to keep on this shot of the ceremony the whole time. So I will put a lot of this B-roll up top and then see what we want to cut out from there. But I just want to work with this audio and get that down.
Of all passions, it attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously. You attack my senses daily.
See what I did here? I messed up. I didn't cut out tracks 3 and 4. Now they're synced.
Senses simultaneously.
I want to cut out a little bit more. Saving frequently is very, very important. I've lost some status on projects before because of not saving, and either my computer crashing or Avid crashing just because of a minor bug or, you know, power outage. A lot of different things could mess up your project, so I definitely recommend to save pretty frequently.
It is said that there is no defense for love, because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously. You attack my senses daily, and I am defenseless against you.
The ending is really nice there. I do want to cut to this angle because he says, you attack my senses daily. So I want V4 selected, and I'm just going to trim this clip back just a hair to that cut so that when it comes out of that B-roll.
And the senses simultaneously. You attack my senses daily, and I am defenseless against you.
That's perfect. I like that. Now let's see what B-roll we're missing out on here. I'm okay with missing out on that shot. That's okay. Don't need this shot. Don't need that shot. So that's okay. I'm okay with missing out on that B-roll there. So again, that's all on A1 and A2. So during these vows here, I'm going to cut all this camera audio out anyway. So let's just go ahead and do that. All right. Let's get rid of all these solos. Let's just see how this all sounds.
It is said that there is no defense for love, because love is the strongest of all passions. It attacks the head, the heart, and the senses simultaneously. You attack my senses daily, and I am defenseless against you.
All right, I'm pretty happy with that so far. Let's see what else his vows say.
I know that not all days will be all happiness, perfection, smiles, and rainbows. And I know that I will not always do what is right. Excuse me. I can promise, however, I will always be there. In sickness and in health, in anger and in darkness. I promise to always let you inside my gate, never have my guard up. I promise to you that we will be together, whatever life brings our way. Together we make a force which this world has never seen before. And today I am so happy to make you my wife, so we can start a new life together.
All right, so some of that I will get rid of, but let's start from this part again.
I know that not all days will be all happiness, perfection, smiles, and rainbows.
I like that. We're going to keep that. Again, we're going to go V1, V2, and V3 up there. And I want 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. Okay.
against you. I know that not all days will be all happiness, perfection against you. I know that defenseless against you. I know that not all days will be all happiness.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of feedback coming from this mic here at this particular moment, so there's a drop in audio. It seems the feedback went away here.
All days will be all happiness.
So I do want to add a dissolve here because the audio level is going to go down a little bit.
I am defenseless against you. I know that not all days.
And again, I probably want to put a lot of this B-roll up top. This is all good stuff, so I'm going to do that.
Defenseless against you. I know that not all days will be all happiness, perfection, smiles, and rainbows.
Now, let's see.
And I know that I will not always do what is right.
We don't need that.
Excuse me.
I'd like to put that in somehow. I think I may just put in the visual of that. So right here I can see that's V2. So I'm going to put that up top here. And I don't need the audio. I just want that shot in. So
Against you. I know that not all days.
let's put that right there. Up top one. There we go. I want that right there.
And rainbows.
All right. We'll play around with that.
I can promise, however, I will always be there. In sickness and in health, in anger and in darkness. I promise to always let you inside my gate, never have my guard up. I promise to you that we will be together, whatever life brings our way. Together we make a force which this world has never seen before.
I do want this piece right here that I just selected. I want that in here. So again, we're going to go V1, V2, and not V3 to V3. We're going to go V3 to V4. And I do want these audio tracks selected there. And we're going to put that in right there. Now, I may want to move this. Let's just see how this is if I go here. Let me keep all this.
Defenseless against you. I know that not all days will be all happiness.
And I do want to get rid of this stuff. So let's see how that goes.
And I am defenseless against you. I know that not all days will be.
I think I might swap this clip out for one of these. I might swap that other clip out for one of these right here. Or what I'll do is I'll get rid of that, and I'll pull these back right there, and then move these up top. Oh. There we go. Let's see how that looks.
And I am defenseless against you. I know that not all days will be all happiness. I promise to always let you inside my gate, never have my guard up. I promise to you that.
That's great. Actually, I like that a lot.
I promise to always let you inside my gate, never have my guard up. I promise to you that we will be together, whatever life brings our way.
Camera audio is coming in here. Don't want that. At this point, camera audio is not important to me. But I do want...
Inside my gate. Always let you inside my gate.
I want to get rid of this little gap here. So we're going to do that. And then the 3 ceremony angles. So that's V1, V2, and V3, because I moved that other one up.
Never have my guard up.
Oh, no, no, no. It's on V4. Okay. We're going to pull that back. We're going to bring audio 1 and 2 with it to keep these synced up, actually. Perfect. All right. So let's see how this goes now.
All happiness. I promise to always let you inside my gate, never have my guard up.
I want to move these right here, so I'm going to do this.
Inside my gate, never have my guard up. I promise to you that we will be together.
And again, I'm going to get rid of a little bit of this gap here, this audio gap.
My guard up.
Right there. I'm going to do that. And that's perfect. That's what I want.
Never have my guard up. I promise to you that we will be together. Whatever life. That we will be together.
And let's get rid of that.
Promise to you that we will be together, whatever life brings our way.
I want that to start later. I want this clip to start later, so I'm going to take one of these shots down here. Let's put this one, that's perfect. And maybe this one too. Nope. So then maybe we'll just pull this back right there. Let's see how that works.
Never have my guard up. I promise to you that we will be together, whatever life brings our way.
Okay, I like that.
Whatever life brings our way. Together we make a force which this world has never seen before. Today I am so happy to make you my wife. So we can start a new life together.
That's perfect right there. I'm going to do that. So again, we're going to go V1 to V1, V2 to V2, V3 to V4. Keep my B-roll layer right here. Do not need this, but I do want this here and this here. Let's put that there. And there's a big gap here we're going to cut out so that we can get right back into the music there at the part I would like.
Life brings our way. Today, I am so happy to make you my wife.
More camera audio. Let's get rid of it. Boom. Goodbye. Okay, we're going to save. Okay.
Be together, whatever life brings our way. Today.
I want to get right back into his speech at today.
Today, I am so happy. Whatever life brings our way. Today, I am so happy to make you my wife.
Or, let's see about extending this.
We will be together, whatever life brings our way. Today, I am so happy to make you my wife.
And then we're going to get rid of that So we're going to do V4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll do that one too. We're making good progress here. This is all the vows that I just have here. I put them at the end originally, and then I decided that I want to put it over the B-roll. So there are some shots here of the ceremony that I'll keep, but these are all the vows that you're hearing right now. What I'll probably end up doing is just putting in the I do's. I'm going to go back in right after today.
I am so happy to make you my wife.
So we're going to lift that out. Unselect all these, and we're just going to get rid of the end of this clip here. And then what I'd like to do is get back into this B-roll. So let's see how that looks.
You that we will be together, whatever life brings our way. Today, I am so happy to make you my wife, so we can start a new life together.
You know, I think the groom actually isn't in these shots. Well, this one he is, but this one he's not. So I think for this I want to lift that out and go back to him speaking here. Or at least to her shot. Let's see how this looks here.
Today, I am so happy to make you my wife, so we can start a new life together.
Let's do that. Whoops. Nope. We're going to move these forward. And we're going to move this shot down.
Make you my wife, so we can start a new life together.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. And then what I'm going to do actually is I want to extend the close-up on her. Just to almost get her reaction to that vow right there. Just to get her reaction to that line. Let's see. And I'm going to pull the end of his back just a few frames because he finishes early. He finishes a couple frames before this, so that'll look good there.
So we can start a new life together.
Perfect. Almost too much, so I'm probably going to bring these back. And then I want this music to kick back up right at the beginning of the shot right there, so that's perfect.
So we can start a new life together.
You know, I might have him finish this line on her angle. Let's see.
My wife, so we can start a new life together.
I like that. That's good. He finishes saying that line with her in focus on her angle.
So we can start a new life together.
You see that smile a little.
First day we met, I knew.
All right. What I'm gonna do here is just select all of this to the right, and I'm just gonna move all this forward. Okay. Now I want to move these forward as well. These probably got thrown off a little bit too. But what I want to do is pull these forward. I want to see how this looks from the beginning, so I'm going to start it over. I don't actually have anything on V6, so I'm going to get rid of that track right now. Save everything. All right.
You are listening to a preview from Noisely.com.
I haven't purchased the music yet, so.
It takes everything we have to face it. Without a sound, we take a step. Inside our hearts are racing.